pushing me around. Gonna stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
Hey, everybody.
Hello,
Give me
hello.
one. I'll be right back. I just heard something crash in the kitchen. I'll be
I
right
heard that too. Happy Saturday, everyone. Hope everyone's good out there. I'm just commiserating over my football game is postponed till Monday because for some reason the New York governor thinks that snow is bad for football. It's very confusing. What's up, SoFlo Mama? Lisa Oldhams. Thor, it's good to see you, man. Hope you had some good time off, relaxing stuff. Crystal Langford, good to see you.
I'm back. The culprit ran away, so I'm not sure exactly who it was, but they knocked a bunch of stuff off the counter. So
I was just saying hello to everyone in chat. Already started talking shit on your governor for postponing the football game.
yes, Governor Hochul. Hey, Tracy Esme. Oh, Maureen, you're telling me that she is.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I hate to jump right into it, but the Steelers are playing with their the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's my hometown, my team. They're playing with their third string quarterback. Their number one defensive player is out for the rest of the season, so they're not in the best shape. They kind of limped into the playoffs. The only chance in my head that they stood to win was if it was a blizzard in Buffalo where they have to play, and it turns out Mother Nature obliged. But the governor is like, no, it's unsafe for people to travel to and from the stadium, so we're going to postpone it till Monday. I call bullshit.
I mean, I'm just saying they're supposed to get upwards of 4 feet of snow in some places, so I don't understand. Like, I'm not a
Well, I
football
mean,
fan, so I can appreciate how you're feeling. I'm not invested.
oh, Amax said she went on a Steelers cruise. How
I
cool is
just saw
that?
that.
It's really fun being a Steelers fan, and I don't really have a choice. It was like I was born into it. I was just born in the city, so you can't root for another team being from there. But as a result of that, every city I go to, there's a Steelers bar, which is pretty amazing. But I mean, just for instance, this is why I call shenanigans on them postponing the game. Uh, Kansas City has to play Miami tonight, and it's going to be negative 30 friggin' degrees. Like, that's not safe either. Oh, good, my profile picture is showing up.
Yes.
Yes, the Lemon Man in full effect. I had someone email me to explain to me that Pac-Man was a lemon, and now my whole world is different.
Pac-Man Yeah, he was a lemon.
I had no idea.
And
I
then
didn't think of it like
he
that.
had his little mushroom friends. Although
Hey,
maybe they weren't mushrooms, maybe they were something else.
who knows? I mean, it was lemon chasing ghost.
Maureen, in this case, it was Governor Hochul that initiated it. She did initiate postponing the game, and then both teams allegedly agreed.
Yeah, she actually had a little press conference and said, "Oh, for any Pittsburgh fans that think about driving up to the game, we think it's best if you stay home, and it's not going to be a good day for you guys anyways," implying that we were going to lose. Like, what an asshole! Sorry,
I
Governor,
mean,
you're crossing the lines there.
wait,
But
I'm not sure what. So Lisa and Steph both said at the same time, what? He was a lemon? Oh, yeah. Oh, about Pac-Man. Yeah.
oh yes, I'm not sure if that's how the original creators of the game, but there's evidence to support that Pac-Man was a lemon.
Hey, True Texan. Hey, Cheese. Steph says her whole life has been a lie.
I know. I thought the same thing when I heard that. Hey, what's up, Cheese? Well, whenever you said there was no egg in the Humpty Dumpty story, it kind of blew my mind too.
Yep.
Hey, there's Glow with Glow. How's it going? Steph
And I don't
G.
know if you saw Ashtastic's comment. All over PA, you see people with their tricked out Steelers inspired cars, crying tears face, big old yellow Steelers logos on the windshield, and the car is always yellow.
It's true. It's true. At least every city has at least one. We travel well. So my hope is that they postpone the game until 4:30 on Monday. So hopefully it's still snowing and still windy. So my team stands a chance. Hey, on the case with Jeannie. Good to see you.
Hey, Phoenix. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Yes, Steph, no egg in Humpty Dumpty. He was not an egg. She says this live is getting way out of hand, killing my childhood.
My bad. Yeah, I'm admittedly a little bit out of the loop. I haven't been paying attention to YouTube the last couple of days just for self-preservation reasons. And I guess I kind of know what's going on, but not really. None of it has anything to do with anything I followed. And I guess it's the Summer Wells cult. Basically, they're picking each other apart, and everyone has commentary on it. I don't. I think it's gross.
I agree, and I've said as much. I caught a little bit of Jonesin earlier, and I just find I don't follow it as well, but I did see that Dolly was live the other day. Yesterday, maybe it was yesterday or the day before, maybe the day before, and like to go live about someone passing away, and then come to find out they're not deceased. They are on life support and allegedly have no brain function. But again, why? I just feel it's so disrespectful to this woman who I know her name is Allie. That's all I know. But how disrespectful to her to...
It's complete exploitation.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. I guess I'm a little more bold with words, but for me, I'm just like, are these people actually having a fucking death watch here? Like, are they debating whether someone's alive or dead? And it's not like someone, famous politician or a rock star or some scandal. It's just some person that they shouldn't be that involved in this stranger's life to the point where they're going live and talking about whether she's alive or dead. I mean, it's so cringe. I don't even know if there's a word for it. Just gross.
Mm-hmm.
And it hasn't,
I see. Yeah. So Cheese actually It never does say he was an egg. So what I did look up, so because Humpty Dumpty, a lot of people were asking. So I did find, so this is from How Stuff Works. Was Humpty Dumpty really an egg? And so it says it's one of the most well-known verses for English-speaking kids, telling the story of a character who fell off a wall and no matter how anyone tried, couldn't be put back together. Humpty Dumpty in popular culture is portrayed as an egg with human-like qualities like legs, arms, a face, and clothing. But if you read the lines of the poem, it doesn't say that Humpty is an egg anywhere. The key to understanding this poem is to realize it's actually a riddle. So I will drop this link in chat just if you're more interested. But yes, Humpty Dumpty. And actually, I wonder if they say who actually made him an egg first.
I've never seen him represented in any other way than an egg.
It does say one theory is that Humpty Dumpty is supposed to be England's King Richard III. In the 1803 edition of Mother Goose's Melody, he's depicted as a fat boy. So very interesting. So I will drop this in chat for those of you who are interested. But yes.
So what else has been going on? What have I missed?
I don't know. I only know of there's some crazy stuff going on in some discords still. But again, I don't really know much about that because I'm not a part of them or that side of the street.
Roger that. All I really did in Discords most of the time, I mean, aside from sending messages, because it's got a good messenger, it's just like post a song or a picture. I never really got into debates in there too much. But I could see how that would happen. But I mean, I'm only part of two channels Discords, and both of them are, relatively classy. No, I'm going to say they're all the way classy. There's no real bullshit happening in either one of the Discords I'm part of. It's a lot of hello.
The Jerks Discord was leaked. Okay. Thank you, AMAC. You and SoFlo are like more up to date with what's going on these days. Okay.
Corinne says, just be glad you're not missing too much. Just a bunch of jumping beans getting too hot to handle. That's how I feel too. I will say I love the Jerks. I don't know exactly what's going on there, but I always find a lot of good conversation every time I listen to the Jerks.
Oh, I do know one thing that happened this past week, and thank you to there's a girl or lady who sends me updates every so often about Betty. And she'll tell me like, you need to watch this video. And then she'll give me like a summary of what happened. Well, I did do a video. I hadn't done a video in a long time. And as I was thinking about her, so Betty asked for $10,000 for a trip to Idaho. And so I was thinking back and I was like, oh my gosh. Because then I start singing the song All About the Benjamins. And I was like, I did a video when she said she was going to look into the Maddie Kingsbury case, but instead went to Iowa for a Trump rally. So I kind of hooked those two together because she was saying she was going to make it rain, all of the donors' money rain. So $10,000 is a lot of money.
She wants 10 grand for the trip to Idaho. Is that right?
Yes.
I could go live in an Airbnb like a block away from the King Road house for 8 months and eat caviar and drink champagne the whole time for 10 grand. She's out of her mind.
Yeah.
What would you need 10 grand for?
And she's saying, so she also said the last time they went to Idaho, so it was her and Olivia, it cost them $5,000 for a week. So
No way.
yeah. I mean, most likely it was the plane tickets were probably the most expensive.
Yeah, but that's less than $1,000 each.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like they're flying to Paris.
People are still getting accused of sending threatening emails. Oh, speaking of threatening emails, I did see a creator made a short about whether or not private messages should be shared without the other person's consent. And I was
I'm
like,
glad you reminded me.
that
Yeah.
is hilarious.
I know. And also that same creator, the short video they created just before that was talking about be cautious of groups of people that create narratives on the internet. This fucking channel is one of the most narrative creating channels there is. Like, they're actually like cold-blooded assassins for Queen Bee, and all they do is create narrative. And they had the audacity to put that. I was blown the fuck away. I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah.
That is just.
And this is the same creator who, along with a sub who likes to go on panel, called, and this just seems like too much work to me, but I do catch things here and there. Mitten Mama, who I love, and I love watching her cook because I can't, and her food always looks fantastic. This creator found that she was using thumbnails from the internet that belonged to another person. So took it upon herself, or themselves, because allegedly there was more than one, to contact the actual owner to tell them their work was being used without their permission.
Now let's think about that just for a second. That is so out of line and so like just unacceptable for a YouTube creator to do that. You know, that's up to YouTube. Let the owner of the photograph deal with that. Every creator well, there are some exceptions, but most creators on YouTube use an image that they found on Google. It's just the way it goes. I mean, some people alter it, put their logo on it, this or that, but never have I heard of someone being so spiteful and vindictive that they would go ahead and contact the owner of the image to get the person in trouble. And this is happening outside of YouTube. So it's real goddamn life.
And it's the same creator who made a video about us.
Oh, yes. Live about me. And it was completely slanderous and completely false narrative. Tiger Talks, I'm talking to you. You're hypocrites.
Highly hypocritical.
Exactly. Well, I knew they were going to do a hit piece on me because I heard them on Queen Bee's panel talking about, I have such a lovely surprise for you. Yeah, like, and it was just all fucking false narrative about me. And of course, it's gone now, you know, because she was in cahoots with Sav, the crazy Australian woman who was like collecting information on YouTubers for some reason and trying to get Gina Diamond evicted from her apartment. Like, these are the people I'm dealing with, you know. It's wild
because they're
that's true. We are.
I think a lot of people are now. And when, you know, back a few weeks ago, when I brought up, when Wispy was in our chat, I said, you know, you might want to look at, you know, some of your mods, because there's one that's a little shady. And people were like, oh, Emmy went after da-da-da-da. Well, I was right.
Yeah, I was right. I was talking shit on that Sav woman months ago. I was like, wow, she's like really like inappropriate with how she's running stuff, like real manipulative, you know, double talking. She would find two people arguing and you know, sing this different songs to each of them to try to garnish information. You know, it's bizarre. And like, honestly, if she was in Kentucky, I wouldn't even be that bothered by it. But she's like in Australia collecting information on us. Like, what are you doing, lady?
Orion, that's a good question. I'm not sure where she slithered away to. The last time I actually I mean, I haven't watched YouTube a whole lot, but the last time that I saw her was actually on Queen Bee's panel. She was over there. And that was right before Wispy disclosed that they were contacting, the owners of these images, which I did see, Lisa, I did see your comment that they were stock photos.
Yes,
right here.
Glow Glows asked yes, they took the live about me down. But I mean, the damage is already done. How many people did they convince of their like sideways ideas? I mean, it was like they were psychoanalyzing me, talking about how Emmy is just a victim of me. It was so inappropriate and also inaccurate that I mean, it should have been taken down, but it was there for too many days, and too many people were in chat, perpetuating the false narrative. And then they came out the video talking about beware of false narrative. Like, what a self snitch that is.
Oh, thank you, Amax. She was on Table Talks Live. Oh, wait. Or no, Tiger Talks. That's right. That's the one that she took down. Right? Or are you talking about Table Talks? There's like Tiger Talks, Table Talks, and they're both TT.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Table Talks. But, I mean, I've heard of them. I just don't know what they do. What's up, Mr. Nobody?
Hey, Mr. Nobody. Spitfire says, notice someone missing from QB's channel lately. I actually did think about it today. I've noticed Ellie hasn't been around, but I did notice that Voices is back.
Voices is never going away. Who's been missing is Laugh at Life and Sap. Those two scoundrels.
Well, Laugh at Life is usually over at Morbids, and I don't watch him, so I don't know if they're still around or not.
No, Laugh at Life is in hiding with Sav, hopefully feeling ashamed of themselves for the way they live their life. I don't know for sure, though.
Oh, Lisa said, I mean, someone has to take them, of course, but Mitten Mama, I thought she said she just uses stock photos of her food. So she was taking Google Images as a thumbnail, and then once she was done cooking her meal, she would use those photos of the finished product as her thumbnail. So she replaced it after she was done cooking the meal.
And really, let's face it, that's more than most of us would do. You know? She took the care to go back and, because she was proud of her cooking, to replace the photo when the live was done. Like, why would somebody, it's so ridiculous to do that. Again, Tiger Talks, shame on you. Like, you can't say you're against going real life and you're going real life. You can't say you're against false narratives when that's what you create is false narratives. It's obvious to so many of us.
You can't discuss, releasing private messages, but then have a video about, is it okay to release them without the other party's permission?
Exactly.
I mean,
and it's propaganda. I mean, it's like a higher production value version of that little channel that the Hive made to try to talk shit on Nunya, and then they left their avatar in the corner of the screen like a dummy. It's the same as that. It's basically propaganda.
Oh, and she says you don't want to know who Table Talk is. I actually made one video about Table Talk, and it was actually funny. That's why I clipped it. I thought it was funny. But again, I don't watch that. I don't watch her very often either.
Yeah, I'm going out of my way to not learn any more people. I'm trying to keep it simple.
Oh, so Mama Dad says, I was watching TT's live, then almost instantly, once she was done, she took it down. Why was it taken down? Wasn't that, and again, I didn't watch it because I knew it was going to be about us, and honestly, I don't want to hear it. I believe it was because that's where she was talking about Mitten Mama, But again, I don't know. Someone in chat can definitely give us the
I don't know.
update.
I just assumed because I saw some of it. My guess was, wow, they must realize that this is against the brand that they've been selling to everyone. You know?
It's hugely against it. Yet her intro is still the same. Against cyberbullying, harassment. I don't know
hilarious.
the other things that are in there.
That's like Arnold Schwarzenegger being against bodybuilding. Doesn't make any sense.
I've seen someone struck for copyright for an avatar on a screen share. Worse has happened.
Well, yes, we're talking about being struck. This is not what Tiger Talks and SAP did. What they did is found the owner of the photo, called or emailed them, and told them, "Hey, this person is using your image," prompting the owner of that photo to write an email or letter to Mitten Mamas saying, "Hey, if you don't get rid of this, I'm gonna have to pursue, copyright." And this all outside of YouTube. This is not YouTube's business at all. This is shady ass Tiger Talks with Sab doing shady ass business behind the scenes.
Yes, AMAC, go ahead. Oh, Wispy's in here. Let's see, where are you? Wispy said, Tiger took her video down while I was reviewing it on live. I am listening while cooking. Thank you, Emmy and Sinner. Okay. Thank you, Forgotten Whispers. I knew something was shady about it, and so, of course, she took it down when you were reviewing it.
Of course.
Oh, and she was arguing with Mitten Mama in Wispy's chat. Of course she was. Yeah, and Mitten Mama, like, her food, it looks incredible.
Oh, yes, it does. It does. And her channel has nothing to do with any of this drama. I mean, she just, from what I understand, Mitten Mama just cruises around and watches stuff she likes. Her channel is not, I mean, it's a cooking channel.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I would like to thank Tiger Talks for, publicly exposing themselves for being exactly what they say they weren't. So it makes it easier to navigate what's going on.
Hey, Jeannie's Creative Studio. I hope the journal making is going well.
Yeah, it's good to see Wispy in here. I haven't been watching too much of her stuff again because when I watch the channel, I like to chat and I don't want to cause. It seems like when I go places, people want to argue about other stuff. But I'm still watching.
And Wispy said, Tiger has also threatened, bullied me really. And so that's interesting, Wispy, because I had brought up the short that Tiger did. I think it was, I saw it earlier today about I've been getting threatening emails. I went to law enforcement. Yet, did she also show her part in it? I mean, and that's the thing. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to disclose any of my private emails or messages, and I won't. So, with that whole issue with me around New Year's, receipts, I'm not showing receipts. I'm not doing it. So call me a liar. Call me a liar. My integrity and honesty is more important.
Amen. Well, yeah, me personally, I got into a little bit of a debate. I guess you can call it a debate. It was a screaming match between me and B. Tim on Granny's Watching last week. And I don't know, like his philosophy is, and he was basically demanding that, oh, if people send you private information, you have to delete your emails. And I tried to explain to him, I've never deleted an email in my life. Like, I don't. And then he said, you should. And I'm like, well, you can't tell me what I should do. And then he's like, well, then you're collecting information on people. I'm like, no, I'm not. I have a public email that people email me shit. and I don't delete emails. So I guess technically he's right. But I've never threatened to dox anyone. I've never doxed anyone. I'm never going to. I mean, it was again trying to play up a narrative that I'm the devil, and it's just childish at this point.
Oh, so Wispy said yes, she made those shorts after texting her, meaning Wispy, demands and threats. I found that funny.
Maybe Wispy wants to come up.
I know she said she was cooking, but yeah, Wispy, if you want to come up, let me know. I can drop the link, because you know more about this than we do. Oh yes, we too are the new Lal cows in the pasture. Which, I mean, at least there's interesting things happening there.
I mean, there's worse things to be called than some childish name that some nerd made up. Really, I'm not bothered.
Oh, and then Mr. Nobody reminds us the ad hominem attack.
That dude still, I don't know if I listened to it a couple of times because it was so funny. At some point, he lost the ability to say ad hominem. He was just like mumbling something that sounded similar to it, like a child would do when they don't know how to pronounce something. I don't know.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I wish I'd have kept my cool a little better, but I'm still waiting for Mr. Nobody to finish their video so I could know if I won the argument or not.
And Cheese had asked, the painting of the couple at the circus tent, is that you? So you can explain that.
Oh no, that's not a painting. That's just a AI thing. Yes. I've been playing with this idea. I've been writing a quite a bit. This fictional story about a lemon, an anarchist lemon person who stumbles into YouTube, and I think it's all a circus. So I've been playing with the circus theme. Although I noticed Dolly has ripped off my theme. Thanks, dude.
He was at the circus. Oh, and it was a good thing to do because he definitely was the circus the other night.
Yeah, I mean oh yes, I wanted to finish my thought on that in the way of that case in Tennessee and Dolly's involvement. Although he's so involved in it, for some reason in my head, he's one that gets more of a pass because his whole channel is built upon that case. So his involvement in my head is like a no-brainer. But it's like a dozen channels all going live at the same time about some random, tertiary character in the case may or may not be alive is just a death watch, and shame on them. But for some reason, Dolly seems, in my head, he gets a pass. But I mean, I'm probably wrong about that too.
And Wispy had said, Tiger told her that she took the video down because she was getting comments from Wispy subs. She did it for them and me. Eye roll. Yeah, you just delete the comments. Oh wait, but then you get shit talked about you because you deleted comments that were unsavory. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why
so
the
let's just
abilities.
take the whole video down to protect everyone.
Yeah,
get out of here.
I actually had another creator that typically does short videos, and they created the ugliest video about me. I mean, it was basically everything I discussed already about my past, but they chopped it up and they edited it in like me drunk on Thanksgiving, talking like an asshole. They put it together again, complete propaganda, and that was up for a few days. And then I got a random email from them that basically read like a disclaimer, like I got rid of your private information, blah 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 blah. It's like, dude, it's too late. Why would you do it to begin with?
And Mr. Nobody said he just has to do he just has to do the AI voices and he's done with the rest of those videos.
Cool. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm still a fan of Mr. Nobody, even if I lose that battle in the video. It's cool. I'll have another chance, I'm sure.
Hey, Hippie, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, Wispy said she deleted all my comments I made on her post and video about me. Oh, so she can delete comments from you, but not the ones that,
Yeah.
may not be favorable.
For me, the story was told when it came out that Tiger Talks and Sav did that shady shit, that the people that were quick to defend her or defend them, as it were, it told me everything I need to know. The usual suspects, no
Yeah,
big
and
surprise.
Scorpio had a good point. So if you have to delete emails and messages, why are people's receipts a year ago or so? Right. So they tell us to delete emails, but then they don't.
Well, I mean, the reason I don't delete emails is because I mean there have been several times that I had to make reference to like old tax returns, or I would sometimes I use the draft section just like as a note keeper. So I mean, there's many reasons I don't delete anything. I mean, just I delete. Sometimes I delete text if it's like old conversations, but as far as my Gmail goes, I don't delete shit, and I'm not going to be prompted by some self-important little nerd over there at the Hive telling me, "Well, you should delete your emails." No, nobody. That's not how it works.
And Hippie, actually, I'm glad you made that comment. Hippie said, I actually caught alive. It feels like forever. Well, it probably has been forever for some people, because some people are counting the days that it's been since we've been live.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
the handwriting analyst.
yes, and I appreciate that because Sinner and I haven't been counting the days, but clearly others have. So thank you for that because you saved us, some time.
Yeah, I really didn't realize it'd been 9 days, but that's cool. I mean, I was waiting for something worth talking about. Like I said, the airwaves have been jammed up with Death Watch 2024. Bunch of weirdos.
It's terrible. Oh, and Wispy said she can't come up. Wish she could. Oh, no worries. I knew you were cooking.
It's cool. I'm glad she's around to clear up. I mean, make some things straight. But I don't, Wispy. You have to at least agree with me on this. I told you so. I've been warning about Sav and her business, the way she does shit for months, and I don't know. She was so slick at it that like everyone just ignored me.
I hope you feel better, Hippie. I actually have a cold. Thankfully I can breathe though, so you can't really tell in my voice, but like it's just that like postnasal drip and sore throat. It's annoying. Oh, and Mr. Nobody said beat him lost when he screamed ad hominem attack over and over.
Oh yeah, that's I meant to look at this the transcript to see how many times that word was said. But holy cow.
Thank you, Kathy. I appreciate it. And I knew I was, again, it's just in my opinion, it's my opinion that I was being baited to release them so that they could then make a video saying, "See, she's a betrayer too," which I made the betrayers uh there's a video about me now on that thing, which
And
whatevs. But
yeah.
I feel like I was being baited and I'm not releasing private messages. If that other person wants to, so be it. They're going to drive the narrative the way they want to. I'm not going to sell myself to give them any more than I need to.
Well, I mean, just to be the voice of reason here, the person that we're talking about is crazier than a shithouse rat. I'll just say it. Like I I'm getting all the screenshots sent to me that all the comments, you can write a short book really at this point. It's obsession. I mean, it's like full out stalker at this point.
Although I don't want to say too much because they haven't mentioned me in a couple days. So
Well, lucky you. No, I have been reading up on handwriting analysis, though, and there is a lot to it.
Yes,
So
and
that poor person that's out there examining your handwriting from your channel, like the beginning screen, she doesn't realize that that's a fake signature. She doesn't realize that that's electronically generated.
yeah, it's Snapchat generated. And for those of you who may not know, I'm just going to show one of, like, I don't have it saved, but I'm going to just show you what we're talking about. Let me go to my videos. Oops. Okay, so this is what this person has said.
I just want to read this comment. Wispy says, Sinner, I'm pretty sure Sav has your info. You were named as a tick on her list. Oh yeah, she's had it out for me for months. That's what I've been telling everyone.
Mm-hmm. So this is the signature in my videos. That is not my signature. That's definitely Snapchat generated.
That's definitely the signature of an incel, right? You must be an incel, or you must be narcissistic too. Like what are all the fun things they call everyone?
I'm not truthful. I can't remember exactly. I mean, it truly was a novel analysis. It was a very long comment, and one morning I said to Sinner, I'm like, do you want to see something? Do you have an hour? And he responded, I have 30 minutes. And I was like, okay. So I sent it to him. It was really, it was a lot.
It was bonkers. I wish you could show it.
I could read it. I have it on my phone, but
yeah, read that shit. It really is a hoot.
Yeah, Lisa, exactly. How can anyone think that's your real signature? And then they were analyzing the other signature on another thing that I have. And I'm like, that's not my signature. Like, I used a mouse to write it. Like, it's just insane. So
if that was your real signature, that's a fucking stunning signature.
That actually is, if that was my actual signature, that is some really nice handwriting. Really nice handwriting. Yeah.
Yes, if one of the mods could drop Mr. Nobody's link, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, and mods, you can drop whoever's link.
Yeah,
except for the people that
too.
Talk bad about us, then don't drop their links because we're not about promoting
no
those people.
Support the classy, reject the trashy. That's the motto of 2024.
All right, let me see if I can find this book of a comment. Well, there was a few book comments actually, but
looks like Joneson's in the chat. Jones, and when's the new video coming out? I'm waiting for the new animation. I swear, people, that's one of the biggest conspiracies I've been getting from people, and people are like legitimately asking me, just tell me, are you in cahoots with Nunya and Joneson and Willow? No, I'm not. I don't even communicate with them other than a fleeting public chat that everyone could see. I have discussed things in the far past with Nunya, but none of it has anything to do with any of this drama. It was more like personal advice, like what would you do type of thing.
Hippie says I'm going to need a blood sample and retina scan, please, Emmy. Okay. Audacity says, I don't know who TY is trying to spin it with her false narrative. Oh, so Tiger must be video and saying releasing text private convos is against the law. Yes, that's what I'm saying. So that's the short I saw. And she was asking, do you need the other person's permission to release private messages? Well, clearly, if it was against the law, a lot of people would be breaking the law right now. Just saying.
Cassie Pease, let's talk about it. Says, Sinner, you were right about Sav. I'll take it. I don't often like to be the I told you so guy, but in that case in particular, I'm proud of my gut instinct.
And I did find that long comment. If everyone has a little bit of time, I will read the comment. And I'm telling you, it is very long. And I'm going to add this back because the comment is about this signature. So this was the comment that was sent to me. In Granny's watching live stream today, the panel was discussing the long-winded comment I made about Emmy's signature on the C&D she sent to Davis Fan. I have also analyzed Emmy's signature that she uses in her videos when she signs Emmy headstones. Right here, Emmy headstone. So she analyzed that signature. That is not mine. That is Snapchat generated. Okay. Which I haven't posted yet. Emmy comes into the chat claiming that the signature is in fact real and is hers. That is not true. And I meant to find my comments, but I got distracted. Which signature is she talking about? Emmy then goes on to tell lies about me, saying I'm FBI, and then I said the police need to take Lisa's fat cat. Both lies. Sinner comes into the chat and said that the Emmy in the chat is not her. Mods confirm it is her. It makes no difference if the signature is digital or not. It was still written with someone's hand. Both of Emmy's handwriting samples are in her hand, if you know what to look for. Granny's watching is deleting my comments after her video and my response to Emmy's comment. Probably saw my comment here. Put the comment back up again. Deleted it. Tried to leave a final short comment, then deleted that too. Emmy left a comment on the video saying she thought we were discussing her Emmy headstone script. Are you kidding me, Emmy? I guess that's why you said it was your handwriting. No, I didn't. Sounds like you're coming clean that the Emmy headstone signature is in fact yours. They trashed my graphology analysis that I worked so hard on. Wow. I never said definitively on a lot of my analysis. I keep saying it could be this, it could be this. Emmy turned on me during the summer, taking screenshots of a comment I said in Jones and chat. Ran with it to Lisa, the liar, who then went to Queens to trash and lie about me, then went back to her channel and dragged me in many live streams, which Lisa has deleted. Made hateful videos about my generous super chats to support creators. Emmy called me delusional in Blank's chat for even talking about the lie that Lisa was saying about me. Emmy went up on panel and yelled at me, then told Blank to block me and he refused. I don't remember that, but okay. Lisa knows the truth. So does Nonsense. But they refuse to come clean. And I'm roasting in Granny's chat for saying that I'm roasted in Granny's chat for saying that this Emmy, who is a liar and a troublemaker, may have some mental issues. When are Sinner and Emmy going to address the supposed Davis fam emails? Their silence is screaming, guilty. The handwriting revealed that. I'm just the messenger. Eyeball, eyeball, eyeball.
Yeah, so this is the quality of human being that we have to deal with daily with their comments and their pestering us. It's fucking hilarious.
My bad. I was not done. Okay, let me go back. There was an amendum. I worked for hours on my analysis and was basically thrown under the bus by Earth, Nunya, Jones, and Granny. Sounded like it was all pre-planned, trying to discredit me. I know who my friends are for sure. Eyeball, eyeball, eyeball.
Yes, Mr. Nobody. They came out with the conclusion. They came to the conclusion that Emmy has mental disorders and she's a pathological liar as a result of reading a Snapchat generated signature that doesn't belong to anyone at all. It's actually just digital.
I do have the original comment. So I'll read this. So this was actually, I did not see this comment. This is the comment
One
that,
second, I just want to clear this
oh,
up.
sorry.
Lisa Oldham says, definitely not me, differently says. She's the
Oh yeah,
comment.
Crimes and Fashion. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Good.
it was Crimes and Fashion. Yeah, and exactly, Hope. Your silence in the matter didn't make you look guilty. They kept talking and talking and poking, and you didn't react. Exactly, because sometimes not reacting is the best reaction.
I mean, yeah, let's hear the
Hey,
rest of
Nunya.
it. What's up,
Were
the good
your
Nunya?
ears ringing? Were your ears ringing, Nunya? Yeah, she didn't get roasted. I just thought it was a cool investment of her time. I learned something that day. Yeah. And so this was the actual, I didn't see this comment initially, but this is what, I'm just going to read part of it because again, this one is, I mean, it's 3 screenshots long. So,
Sheesh.
but it started, wow. As someone who has studied handwriting analysis for many years from a book the FBI uses, Emmy's signature is unique. The fact that it is illegible shows that Emmy has a hard time communicating. That's funny because all I do is talk on live streams. The hill that is in her signature is a significantly large hill. Okay, let me put this back up here. Would most likely mean that Emmy literally has extreme highs and lows when it comes to her emotions. Extreme upward slant could be the hysteria, while extreme downward slant would indicate depression. It looks as though the hill was made first and that the loop was added later, as it doesn't look like one continuous stroke. If the loop was added later, it shows something called retouching, which would indicate someone who lies and covers things up. If the loop was formed first and the stroke went leftward and then retraced the leftward stroke to form the upward rightward stroke of the hill, this is called retracing, which means Emmy is distrustful of others. There is also evidence of threading, which is when you see a straight line, the hill, and that is one continuous stroke that starts as a backward or left slant, the ends with a rightward slant, a combo. A very unusual signature to say the least. And I'm going to stop there because there's two more
I mean,
screenshots.
I mean,
Nunya, that I'm pleading the fifth on that. No one needs to know if I'm right-handed or left-handed.
no, but this is, I just have to say it. This is just a tip of the iceberg of the crazy on this particular commenter. Like, it goes on and on. It's like a small pack of like I don't know, a small pack of I want to say hyenas, but that's already been used in these streets. Like a small pack of jackals that have been like struck by lightning, so they're not quite right. They just go from every video that has anything to even remotely do with Emmy or myself, and they just go to town all night long. Like I said, sometimes I'll just go in the middle of the night, put a smiley face in there, go back to sleep. When I come back in the morning, they just keep going. That smiley face just inspired them to greatness.
And Christy M, I agree. Snapchat sure does sound unstable because Snapchat is who. Yeah, I'm a hot mess from my Snapchat signature, and I tried to find it again, and it must have just been something they had because I saw that with the hearts, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be perfect to add to my videos. So I did. Substitute AI for Emmy. Oh, Jenny says this is as bad as Ryan Upchurch trying to decode a GIF Ickemel used once.
It really is pretty much. Well, thankfully there aren't like a million people listening to what this person says. I at this point, I mean, if to have any faith in humanity, I don't think there's one person actually holding any credence to anything this person has to say. But they are tenacious. I will give them that.
Oh, Thor, that's good. I wrote it with my feet. Yes, I'll go with that. I wrote it with a foot, but I won't say if it was my left or right foot. Wow, a lot of people know a lot of left-handed people.
Yeah, I think pretty much my whole immediate family has been right-handed.
Kathy says, "Oh Lord, my signature is a mess. I can only imagine what would be said about mine. That's ridiculous." Yeah.
Well, here's the point. Even if it was your actual signature, which it is not, even if it was, like, who in the world will listen to this person and their FBI handbook knowledge? Like it that doesn't add up. Like someone said, in chat, like I watched a video about this. Now I'm an expert. That's not how it works. You have to have experience. You have to understand that it's not a science. Even if you are a world-renowned, graphologist, you're still going to get it wrong like 60% of the time because it's a lot of guessing. And you know, you're not going to find that in a YouTube comment.
Oh my gosh, there's so many left-handed people in chat. And I wanted to read this. I don't know if you saw this comment from Oki Crime News. She said, "Sinner, I must admit, besides being an artist, you got a pretty good mind to you. I'm just saying."
I appreciate that. I haven't had very many opportunities to present that because I'm always fighting with people about them doing something stupid, or I'm defending myself. I don't feel defensive today at all. I had enough time away to just, you know, there's more important things in my existence than YouTube. And I'm realizing for a lot of people, that's all they got. And I don't knock that. Um, I said on Granny's Watching the other day that I think it's good that, you know, people that don't have anything else have YouTube. Um, but I worry for those people because they get taken advantage of. I mean, the people that are home alone and use YouTube as a confidant or as like a, part of their life, they get sucked in, and they're the ones that are paying to support all these channels, and they get overlooked or unappreciated way too often.
And I saw Grandma Sherry is here. So hello, Grandma Sherry.
Hey, Grandma Sherry.
All right, so Mama Bear, I will answer your question. I sent it to her work email because she told me not to contact her through her personal email anymore. And one thing I will mention about that is not until the middle of December did she begin using her personal email. And that is the same time. Let me rephrase that. Mid-December is when I had requested the records for the quote swatting call to BHB's house. That is also the time that the email changed from a work email to a personal email. Read it for what you will. I have my suspicions, but again, they are just mine. So
Yeah, well, my whole philosophy about it. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on you. Go ahead.
no, I was done.
My whole philosophy on it has been, if you don't want someone to email you something, don't email them with that email. That is to say, like my email is sinnerwithsunshine@gmail. If I don't want you to email me something on that email, why would I email you using that email? If that email was off limits, then why the fuck were you using it for months anyways?
Yeah, nearly 6 months, and then December whatever. It's exactly the same time I had requested the police report from the quote swatting incident. That is when the email changed.
Yeah, and there's
happenstance, maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's
I
also
don't think so.
like Queen Bee said on her live, oh, even Sinner Even Sinner thought that said that cease and desist was fucking bullshit. Well, Queen, that's not what I said. Thanks for trying to speak for me, but again, you're misinformed and don't know the details of the situation. What I said was, I think C and Ds are garbage. I think they're useless. I didn't say that I was against Emmy sending one to Davis fam. In fact, I thought it was relevant. Um, but I never said that I was. But here's my point. People were like, "Oh, Sinner's trying to control Emmy," blah blah blah. If I was trying to control Emmy, maybe I would have told her not to do that. But I'm not. I don't control people. I respect people and what they want to do. I think it's you know a useless thing because I've received them, and much like the one that Emmy sent, well, the one I received was authored by a YouTuber and it was signed with a YouTube handle. So my thought on it was like, man, I wish this was a little softer so I can wipe my ass with it. At least give it some purpose. But I fully understand why Emmy did that, and I don't think it's going real life or any of that. I think that's a crock of shit, and it obviously that's what they want to do. They're trying to squash me and Emmy out because we talk too much, and not gonna happen.
And Mama Bear, also, plus talking about screen recording other chats to catch comments you don't like from subs, not cool and a little obsessive. I have never said that I was trying to catch comments I don't like from subs. Yes, I do screen record videos with the chat because a lot of times creators do not show the comments on the screen, so it's hard to know what they're talking about. And also, do I want to see what some people are saying? Yes, I do, because
Hell yeah,
they are hypocrites and they're full of shit.
of
So
course. I mean, and for
it's
me,
called receipts.
I can distinguish between someone who's a little drinky drink on a Friday, Saturday night at 1 o'clock in the morning on a live saying crazy shit. I kind of get that. I mean, I've lived that life, so I understand. But it's the incessant, constant, you know, repetitive drumbeat of misinformation coming from the handful of people that it's like enough. You know, the conversation and argument about are subs off limits? Fuck no, subs aren't off limits. Especially if they're slandering you and beating this drum of misinformation against you. No, they're just people. I mean, we're all subs, really. So I'm not gonna buy into that there's a protected class of YouTubers, especially if they're the ones that are causing 90% of the bullshit that's occurring. If you just ignore them, then you're just ignoring the problem.
And Mama Bear, I do want to say I appreciate you being here because you are one of many who probably have questions and you're the one here asking them. So thank you for that. I do disagree though. I was not trying to intimidate her. I was following her instructions. And I actually forgot that I had her other email because it's the same. It says Davis Fam on both. So when I search in my email for Davis Fam, they both show up.
Yeah, if you don't want the fucking email used, don't use the email. It's really that simple. I mean, that woman's 15 minutes of fame were fucking over. Like, let's just get real here. If the point hasn't been proven by the Looney Tunes comments in every possible video, then I mean, no one's gonna understand it. If you can't see it, it's clear as day. What
Oh,
I what I
man.
what I have personally said as C&D, probably not. But it wasn't my choice to be made, and I support it.
And I was a little behind in chat, so I didn't see, Mama Bear's comment. Got it. No accountability like normal. Okay, thank you for your answer, Emmy.
Oh, Mama Bear
I'm
is
not,
one of the many who's been calling me a woman beater and all kinds of weird shit in comments too.
and
So
I didn't say I didn't send it to her work email. Did I do it to be malicious and intimidating? No. How about Davis Fam take some accountability for her actions? Because I'll still say it. she continues, well, she hasn't for a few days, so maybe I shouldn't say that. Just incessant. And I'm sure Davis fam is probably listening, or maybe someone she knows is. Tagging me on Twitter does nothing. I don't have Twitter. No, I don't. If you look up headstones and headlines, I don't have Twitter.
I
So
think Mama
tagging me does
Bear.
nothing.
I think Mama Bear 2222 wants you to apologize, like you did something wrong. Mama Bear, she hasn't done anything wrong.
Oh, wait, where's that?
No, just taking accountability. Like, what accountability is she looking for? Scorpio
Oh, I see what
Steen
you're
says,
saying.
why
Yeah.
is everyone protecting a certain channel? I don't know. I often wonder that myself.
Yeah, and like mine, I had Emmy Headstone. Emmy Headstone was my initial email before I had a channel, and then I made this one. So, well, not this one, but like for my headstones, I made headstones and headlines email. I just know, like, I I would never use a work email for anything other than work because they track everything. So, well, at least where I've been, they have.
And for what it's worth, like I tell you guys is I've told you guys several times that I tell you the truth. Like I'm not gonna bullshit you. I did ask Emmy, did you do that on purpose? Was it to her email on purpose, you know, maliciously? And she said no. And why would she lie to me? Why would you use an email if you don't want someone to respond to that email?
In AMAC, I agree. It has everything. Even, what is it called? I don't have one on my work email because we don't really email where I work. It's more Google Chat. It's like the signature where it says, like, like your place of employment. It gives your title, the address, phone number, fax. I mean, the whole thing. So, yeah, I'm really behind in chat. I gotta speed it up a little bit.
I can go back to it. I'm walking around, getting dinner ready. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to say about that. Like, I mean, anyone who's all riled up and pissed off at Emmy and I for any of that are the same motherfuckers that don't like us anyway. So
Well, and they shouldn't be mad at Sinner for what I did. Sinner had no idea. Good Nunya said, using your work email to communicate with anyone on YouTube is beyond wild as F to me. That's crazy. Why bring your job into this at all? I'm curious why no one questioned that. My opinion, Nunya, is because it would screw up their narrative. See, they brought up, I was upset that Betty was going to contact my work. I didn't use my work information on YouTube or to email Betty. I used my headstones. So she was looking for that information.
yeah, I mean, she earned her 15 minutes of fame. I just want to let her know, sweetheart, we're on the 16th minute. You're done now.
Oh yeah, Proton. I actually do have a Proton email as well, but I don't even remember what it is.
I got a really cryptic email from some guy. I think it was just like it's like John, and it was an encrypted email from this email source I've never seen before. I fucking had to Google it before I opened it because I was afraid it was going to destroy my phone. But all it was a screenshot of like my arrest record, like the dates of the times I was arrested, and that's all it was. I was just like, I couldn't even click on it to see it myself, and I responded to them right away. Thanks a lot. Like, this does nothing for me. Like, are you reminding me of my past, or did is it intimidation? I don't get it.
Hey, Mona Lisa, and I don't know if you know, but you were gifted a membership by yours truly the other day on Headstones, on my Headstones channel. So congratulations on that. So Mona says she was wrong for using her work email, but she entrusted you with it. That's what she was wrong about, in my opinion.
Entrusted. There was no. Did she ever tell Emmy, "Hey, don't ever use this email for anything"? Like, I don't think there was anything entrusted. She wasn't fucking babysitting.
And I mean, she used that email. I'm assuming she used it with everybody. She emailed me from that email for 6 months and then changed it mid-December when the whole Betty and swatting happened. I want to know why. Why then? I agree, Nunya. I screenshot comments all the time. People lie all the time and say they never said something, and you have to prove that they say it. Call it crazy, but I call it receipts, or it didn't happen. And that happened not too long ago, where I was questioned about something. I was told I was in someone's live chatting because they screenshot comments that I made, and it wasn't even the same live. So they're claiming I was in a live I wasn't in. Come to find out, the live I was in was 3 days before.
Yeah, and they were threatening to go live on a moderately sized channel to expose you for that.
Right.
I mean,
But
these people were so desperate to like damage Emmy's image that they're going at lows. Now they're just making stuff up. They're cutting and pasting shit, putting it together and presenting it to people as though it's true. It's a false narrative.
yes, Mama Bear, I do appreciate you being here and asking those questions. I actually just told AMAC, you're the only one who has balls. So thank you for that. Oh, wait, but maybe some of the other ones are blocked. My bad. But still, I appreciate you coming here and asking them because, you know.
Hey, there's Mitt and Mama. Yeah, if you guys are into cooking channels, definitely check out Mitt and Mama. It's good stuff.
And good Nunya, just to clarify, it wasn't an email. Oh, wait, never mind. I read your comment wrong. Scratch that. I just reread it and I was like, oh, that's not what it said. I skipped a word. Hey, Buttercup, how are you? This is my first time here. I wish all the real life and cancel culture would stop. I love listening to so many, but it's got so hard because I don't want anyone to think I'm a flip-flopping. And I'm in the bushes a lot, or I'll say hi. Just wanted to stop by and say hi, and then I listen. I don't chat because I know that, now it's
Hey,
what's
would
the
you do me a
word?
favor, Emmy, since you're in
Yeah.
control there? Would you set up a poll and
Oh, yeah.
ask, do you delete emails? I guess that's kind of a convoluted way to ask because some people delete spam. How would I ask?
Do you delete
Do you delete private
personal
emails? Personal emails,
emails?
yes.
Okay.
Because I never have, and I mean, I don't. It takes too much work. I mean, I'm so bad at it that I had to make a secondary Gmail because the other one had like over 15,000 unopened messages. But I am curious as to whether or not I'm the only one. Because I mean, who knows when I need those? And this is how little Tim tried to, corner me. He was just like, "Well, you're saving them," and I was like, "What if I need them?" And he was like, "See, you're saving information on people," and it's just such a twist on words and manipulation of what I'm trying to say. To say
But
I don't delete anything.
receipts matter. That's what a lot of people say. Receipts matter. So why would I delete something that could be a receipt in the future? I mean, I delete a lot of emails. So I know Pookie sends me a lot of links to stories. So I'll open up the link and then either bookmark it or save it to my watch later, and then I delete it. So, I mean, I do delete emails, but not ones that could, you know, I don't know how to say it because they're going to twist it whatever they want. So I'm just not
Amac
going
says
to say
she
anything.
Amac says she has 50,000 unread
Oh my
unread
God.
messages. I could see how that would happen. Gmail's, and then I mean, it took me a long time just to navigate Gmail because it's not really, it's kind of counterintuitive. But I just don't. I mean,
Oh shit, I'm really far behind because there's the comment you read from Nanya 10 minutes ago. Okay.
Good Nun, you said, I don't delete anything ever. My phone will remain. Remove certain things for storage purposes, but outside, say I'm the same way. I never got in the habit. Like, it's possible that B Tim is just a tidy little dude and keeps everything neat and tidy with it in his email, but I've got more important things to do. And especially dealing with these scoundrels, somebody might send me something last month that's going to become relevant next month. So, but that's not collecting people's private information, Timmy. Sorry.
And Sinner, I wanted to read a comment from Mama Bear. She said, I never once called you a woman beater. Don't you dare lie on me like others. I actually said the things you have said to women are verbally abusive as fuck.
Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not going to debate here, but I've seen plenty of comments from that person saying way more than I was verbally abusive. But
Hi, Country Carrie. I'm seeing a lot of new names. It's cool.
yeah, B Tim was just talking shit. And the thing is, like, I think we actually agreed on a couple of things when we were arguing on Granny's Watching, but then a bunch of people popped up and kind of spoiled it. We were getting to the point where we had calmed down and we were actually exchanging, full sentences to one another, and then it all went to shit when the panel doubled. And then, of course, he returned. He returned to the false kingdom like a hero that just won a fight.
Hey, Ashtastic.
Okay, I'm back in front of chat now. Scoundrels. That's right, Cheese.
I agree, Remy. Sub or creator subs aren't off limits when it comes to disparaging behavior. And
Yeah, no way.
that's I don't believe Sab has a channel. And it seems like Sab's doing a whole lot of stuff behind the scenes with creators.
Oh yeah. I mean, she's creating like files on us. Mama Bear wants me to prove something. Nah, I'm good. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing about the sub thing. Like, say for instance, there's a panel channel that has a problem with a sub causing them problems. They have no problem attacking that sub, but being that it's someone that they don't like having an issue with the sub, then the conversation begins. Hypocrisy. That's all it is.
And Remy had asked, did you get your new Nothing phone yet?
No, they sent me last year's model 3 times, so I gave up. I do have a trip planned to either go to San Francisco or down to Santa Barbara next week or so. So both places have stores I can walk into and buy. Yes, AMAC 3 times. And the last time it came, I was just like, this is such a nice phone. I was just going to keep it, but it wasn't 5G capable. And I'm like, fuck. That's the whole point.
Oh, Jeannie says that was her email she used with everyone.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, it's a whole. I just don't understand what the end game was. Like, did she just want attention for a little while, or you know?
So Blank Screen's BFF, Blank Screen's BFF says Emmy's not stupid. She knows what could happen when sending a C&D to a work email. I also know what can happen when you send emails from a work email. So it's not just one-sided. And again, I know people want me to apologize for what I did. I'm not going to apologize.
Yeah, this
I'm
is fucking
sorry if
nothing.
it made them feel some sort of way, but I'm not sorry for doing it.
Oh, the good Nunya is asking what a nothing phone is. It's a cell phone that's made in London, and one of the designers was the original designer of the iPod. So it kind of looks like an iPhone. It has a lot of functionality, uh, physically like an iPhone, but it's a like an open source Android phone, and it comes completely clean. It doesn't come with any preloaded apps and all that shit that takes up, a quarter of your memory before you even turn it on. It comes clean. So whatever you put in it is up to you.
So I think this might be the comment you read from Mitten Mama before, but Mitten Mama had said Tiger Talks attacked me in a private message about my flag, then reported my thumbnail to the photographer, went real life. Now making a video of an angry lady in the kitchen is a bully tactics. Oh yes, the Guess Who video. I didn't watch it because I just got screenshots of what they thought was me, which I was okay with. I mean, I was, whatever.
Yeah,
But
from what I gathered from Mint Mama, that flag that she had next to her name was to denote to show that she was like a member of another channel that Tiger Talks didn't like. So I, in order to bully her to not like hang out with those people or to bully her into um, being judgmental about what channel she goes to, she contacted the owner of the photograph. How shady is that? That's
I
just.
agree. It's just
I
and
wouldn't
and
even.
to be doing the same thing that you're calling out others for,
Mm-hmm.
and I know a lot have compared me to BHB. I am nowhere close to BHB for
I
sending
know.
someone something to their work email.
Yeah, that's
Please.
not even
They
in the
used
same
that
ballpark.
email. It's not like I went looking for their work email. They used it for 6 months and then all of a sudden changed it. Why?
Yeah, I had some little nerd telling me that I was just like BHB. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how do you put those? How do you connect those dots, little buddy? I mean, I would never harass someone's family. I'd never grip for money. I would never stand in front of a deceased child's home with a bullhorn screaming. Nothing like Betty. I mean, but I mean, I do appreciate that conversation because it expresses to me, how desperate and nonsensical the argument against me is. So, I do appreciate that.
And looking at our poll, 63% said they do not delete personal emails or direct messages. 36% said yes.
36% do. That's cool. I mean, those are probably the same people that are very, meticulous about organizing all their stuff. I'm really not that type of person. I mean, especially not now, because who knows? Like I said, who knows if an email that I got last month that I didn't really pay attention to is going to be relevant next month when someone says I'm lying about something or some other weird bullshit. So I mean, you got to play the game with these goofballs. If they're telling you you should delete all your emails, then that's the number one reason you should not delete all your emails.
Hey, Crime with a K. Crime with a K says, adults, I feel like we are capable of holding onto private information and doing nothing with it. I don't feel like you should erase info in case you do dirty with it. I have more faith in myself.
I mean, I don't even send some of these emails that I've received, I've opened, and I don't even share them with Emmy because it is someone's private information, and I don't want there to be any kind of confusion about, you know, is he being shady with this stuff or not? I'm not. I don't even. First of all, I don't want it to begin with. Second of all, if I'm not sharing with Emmy, I'm not sharing it with anybody. So just delete that from the narrative because I would never dox anyone. I never threatened to dox anyone. It's just never going to happen. And trust me,
Hippie says Sav is
and
out
believe.
late.
What's that?
Hippie said Sav is out late in these streets, so she's coming out when everyone else is not.
Like a creature of the night. But yeah, and believe me, like these people are doxing the shit out of me. I guess it's in private, right? So that makes it okay. But someone has sent all my information to every creator that has a fucking email, and that's just a fact. So if there was someone spiteful enough to be like, just go rogue and say fuck it, I'll dox everyone, it would be me. But I'm not built like that. I wouldn't even do it if I knew for sure that it was a person that started doing it to me. I wouldn't do it to them because that would just be stooping to their level, and fuck that.
And Lisa actually said, I actually said this. Technically, we are all creators by having a YouTube channel. Yes, because in order to chat, you must create a channel. Some just choose not to populate their channel. So I did get literal, not on a lie, but I did say like we're all creators because you have to create a channel to chat in live streams.
I want to address this. The good nun, you said, to be fair, the way you said you knew where someone worked and it could use it but wouldn't is, I guess you're right, but the way you state that comment is different than what I said. What she was going at Emmy talking about, as a school teacher, you should be ashamed of yourself being on YouTube and acting this way. And all I said was, yeah, I guess you're right. I did say I know where you work because I do, and I said I'm sure your work wouldn't appreciate it either. I didn't have to say the first part. I could have just said I'm sure wherever you work doesn't appreciate you acting like this on YouTube either. But I get fired up. But I wouldn't even share with Emmy where this person works. It's nobody's business, and it's creepy to that's not my game. Fucking Nunya always gets me. Like she's. But I'd much rather be corrected here in the lives than have someone clip it and put a spotlight on it and say, look, he's a hypocrite. He does what he says not to do, blah, blah, blah. What do you think, Emmy?
Sorry, say that again. I was reading.
I just said, what do you think?
Oh, well, I mean, I just think it's silly. Really? I mean, yeah, so.
I don't know. I just at least come up with more clever insults than saying, oh, you're just like Betty, because I'm just not. Well, my lemon guy is pretty creepy looking. You look more playful, small.
Yeah, I agree, Lisa. No need to stir drama. And like I said, I genuinely meant, Mama Bear's here asking questions and we're answering. And we can agree to disagree on some things, and there's that. But she's here, and I commend her for that. There we go, Amax. I just got to your comment too. Please be respectful. We can have different opinions. Absolutely.
Oh, another stark criticism of mine is when I'm wrong, I don't admit it, and that's not true. I've apologized several times in public for getting something wrong, and even more so in private. So you can't just assume that, I'm just this egotistical prick that always thinks he's right, because I overthink things, and like an hour after a live or an hour after a comment, I'll think better of it and work it out. But it's not for everyone to see. So what else is happening in YouTube?
Hey, Narcos Clips. How's it going? Ooh, I'm almost caught up. Woohoo!
Blank Screen's BFF says, Amax, Sinner is talking shit on her. Keep up. I don't know what the fuck is going on there. I don't know if you can make sense of that comment from Blank Screen's BFF.
I think it had to do with Mitten Mom, or not Mitten Mama, excuse me, Mama Bear.
Oh.
Jenny says, guys, my shit stirring stick has broken. Can I borrow someone else's once they're done?
I got extras. Hippoporium says, rock out with your coffee beans out. Thanks, hippie.
Oh, good grief. Please no. Actually,
No, I mean,
I haven't watched BHB in a long time. I only watched her to make that video because someone had sent me the timestamp and let me know what was going on. So I'm curious if anybody has been watching her, if she's been using that sound machine, because I do plan on actually doing a live Monday. I'm gonna take a look at what she's been doing.
I think I've created another Davis fan in Mama Bear.
Nah, I don't think so. There's only going to be one Davis fam.
Thank goodness.
Jeez. And that's not, throwing shade. That's the truth.
Oh, I'll throw the shade.
That poll should not be counted. How can you describe if someone is doing wrong by emails? I don't know what, can you specify more, Buttercup? I'm not sure what exactly you mean by that.
Your poll should not be counted, Emmy. My intention of asking Emmy to create that poll was not to have any conversation or dialogue on whether someone's doing something wrong with their emails. The question was, do you delete your emails, or do you typically just keep everything? Maybe that part wasn't clear.
Oh, and speaking of, I just saw a comment about a doc. Full legal name is not a docs. One thing I want to clarify. I did strike. I'm sorry, go ahead.
If you use someone's legal name maliciously to say their name and then say untruthful things about them to damage their character or credibility, then it is in fact slander, and it is in fact a dox.
And speaking of that, so I did strike No Wire Hangers video where she used my image and my voice. Yes, I did. And who was running around saying it was a false strike everywhere they could? Davis fam. Here's the thing, Sunshine. It wasn't a false strike because it was a strike. If something is a false strike, that means it's not true. It went through. YouTube deemed that it was a privacy violation and they took the video down.
Oh, again, yeah, that video. Yeah,
you could have used my live stream where I was saying those words instead of my image. So yeah, I struck it. Because and so then, a lot of the comments are, well, Emmy used that picture as her avatar, so that picture's out there anyways. Yeah, but you know what? It was done maliciously, and you used my photo that I do not want on this platform. So YouTube
It'll
agreed
take
with me.
it'll
So
take it'll take people 2 days to figure it out, to understand what's happening.
it's not a false strike. That, in my opinion, that's an oxymoron. Like, a strike is a strike. It can't be false if it happened.
I don't know. I mean, to present something positive to the conversation, I'm glad that things seem to be mellowing out a little bit, because it was getting real childish real quick. And I was guilty of it too. I don't want to be fucking on somebody's panel, yelling back and forth with B Tim. That's not my idea of a good time. And somewhere in the conversation, I was like, "This is what you do every day," and he's like, "This is an average day for me." And I was like, "That's sad, dude." And I promised myself at that moment, I'm not taking part in stuff like that every day of my life, because it can't be good for you.
And it looks like Mama Bear may have left, but Mama Bear, I'll be sure to look through my screen recordings and all of my screenshots to you know, give your concern some credence.
Yeah, I know what I know. I'm not going to do work for anyone, that's for sure.
Well, I was being facetious, but Christy says your lemon guy looks like an AI version of Gus Fink art. I had to double take it.
Yeah, I'm really leaning into the lemon thing. I like it a lot. And the in their own words channel has really inspired me. I've been fucking with the AI generators quite a bit. I'm probably driving Emmy crazy with this how many images I send her. Check this one
Oh
out.
no, they're cool. Hey, Truth Seeker. Scorpio Singh says it's okay for creators to go off on a live, but when a sub feels some kind of way and may go off, the creator turns it back on the subs. I know, I'm tired of that. Do you mean like in comments?
Actually, hold on. I have to fix this. Mama Bear, I'm the one that said you said that. If you want someone to produce receipts and then make a video about it so you can be the center of attention, it's not going to happen. Sorry.
And I'm sure someone else has the comment. Just saying.
Yeah, but neither one of us are going to do work for her. Just saying. That's not how I live my life. But speaking of in their own words, where's the video?
I know they haven't released one in a while, right?
It's been 6 days. I have a feeling that they're going to pivot and start focusing on some other goofballs. Hey, Willow's here. What's up, Willow? I'm bummed I missed your live. Your second live. I did rewatch it, but I missed the live itself. It was still entertaining. Everybody sub up to Willow if you haven't already.
Yes, and it's okay to disagree. Oh, Marcy says, I saw that she... Oh, so this is BHB. I saw that she made her goal of $300 and now can go to Tennessee after South Carolina, but that was just a clip I saw. Okay. Yeah, she's now asking for $10,000 to go to Idaho, which, here's the thing. It's going to be live streamed for free. Like, why do you need to go to Idaho when you may not even get into the courtroom?
I mean, $300, that kind of makes sense, but like asking for 10 G's to go to Idaho, it's like, come on, lady.
Oh, and Corinne, I did see that earlier, and I totally forgot to mention it. I did see that she filed a complaint on SF's license, but I also saw, and I don't remember. I think it was, I don't know who posted it, but she BHB alluded to the fact that she was also a PI and that Jennifer Santinello was her client. That's a little
That's
arrogant.
that's just a lie.
Well, that too.
It looks like AMAC or somebody posted Willow's channel in the comments.
Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead and
thank you, AMAC.
sub up. He's a good dude. He knows how to tell a story. I keep repeating myself, but he's a good storyteller and a good dude. So sub up. And he talks shit with the best of them, so I appreciate that.
Oh, Kathy P. A lot of people have been saying I'm just like BHB. Yep. And that Sinner and I both need to go to the lol cow's pasture with her. It might be fun though. Who knows?
I love cows. I mean, I'm not even playing. I mean, I'd much rather be in a field with cows than hanging out with those fucking tragedy chasing maniacs.
And hello, Truth Seeker. I don't remember if I said hi to you, but I did just see your comment again, so.
Hey, Truth Seeker.
Narcos Clips
Yeah,
is
so
going to be driving.
I don't know if anybody else has anything to talk about.
I know. Does anybody want to come up? Like Willow, AMAC? AMAC, you want to talk some smack?
I was hoping there would be some football fans in the chat to
I know.
commiserate the
Sinner
mood.
wants
I
some
can't
football people to talk to. That dang Governor Hochul.
that lady is sabotaging my team. But I better watch it. I may be accused of just hating women again. Bears fan? The Bears. The Bears were my team as a kid when they had McMahon and Refrigerator Perry. Cheese is a Packers fan. That's cool. Fun fact about the Packers, like everyone talks about the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots having 6 championships each, and they're the teams with the most. But Green Bay gets screwed in the conversation because before it became the NFL, it was the AFL, and Green Bay had like dozens of championships. As soon as it became the NFL, they didn't get credit for it. So it's just like, ugh.
Oh, Pookie said she has a McMahon autograph above her bed.
Oh, that's awesome. I remember as a kid, he would get in trouble because he would be wearing merchandise. I think it was from Adidas, and the team was sponsored by Nike. I think I can't remember. Maybe I have it backwards, but this dude fucking would make his own white T-shirts and get a Sharpie and just draw the Adidas logo on it, so he'd still get paid.
Oh, and thank you, Corinne. BHB's wording is actually competing client. That's even more specific. Competing, like it's a competition to find a missing person? Seriously? Ugh.
Yeah, she's making a reality show out of it.
Oh, my bad, AMAC.
Yeah, I've been waiting patiently for Mr. Nobody to finish that battle between me and B Tim. The one between Granny's Watching and Queen Bee is just so good, though. I don't know if you guys seen it, but phew.
Hey, Tasha, welcome. Yeah, I did watch it. I think there's 5 or 6 parts now.
Granny's Watching was so calm and so on point, and Queen Bee was just in there. Wah, 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 wah. I mean, she must have been embarrassed after that. Granny's watching was like a fucking ninja.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad all that's like calmed down too now though, but now it's all about, like the Summer Wells case, which I don't understand much. All I know is what I saw yesterday was disgusting. Like this woman is dying and they're using her as content.
Yeah, I will
And then I
never,
don't know who those boys are, but they're gross too.
I'll never like consider like a death watch of a stranger on YouTube like entertainment. You know, I didn't watch any of it, so I don't know exactly how it went down. But I know that it's the same characters were live talking about it. The same people that never get any details right about anything. They're the ones that really latched onto it.
I'm with you, Amy M. I am not into sports either. I root for Philadelphia because I used to live there, but if I don't know the teams, I pick whatever colors I like best.
I've got
That's
the
who I root
Cle-
for.
I've got the Cleveland Browns Houston Texans game on, and Houston's winning 45-14. So not really great football so far today. So yeah,
I guess nobody wants to come up.
all good.
Yeah.
I mean, I realized I kind of just babbled a lot today, but I didn't have much to say.
No, it's good you did because I didn't have to talk as much as I usually do with
Sweet.
my throat. So
My main purpose of going live here today with Emmy is just to let the haters know, hi, motherfuckers, I'm not going anywhere. The only thing that's changed for me is you people have doxed the shit out of me. I'm same damn person. So I have learned some lessons from you, and I am becoming a better person because of you haters. So and that's not all sarcastic. I mean, I actually do mean it. So thanks.
Tasha says they made it to the playoffs in a long time, but I can't take the fans. Not sure who she's referring to.
Oh, I can see her avatar
Oh,
as a
AMAC, you're
Steelers
going
logo.
live later? Girl, you should have told me. I could have linked you to our live.
Tasha's avatar is a Steelers logo.
Oh, so
I
at
just think
8:30.
AMAC's going live tonight.
At 8:30 up for word search. I've got to
Awesome.
redeem my title. Someone stole it from me the last time.
I'm down
And
to
what was
compete as
it?
well.
AMAC, it was YouTube. What was it? YouTube something. Yeah, AMAC sent me the link to the page she uses to make her word searches and crosswords, and I attempted it. I was so frustrated. I was like, no, not today. Oh, thanks, hippie. Yeah, I like Granny's watching, and she's from Philly, so
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know about her past. I guess she's just like the rest of us has fucked things up in the past, you know. I don't really judge people for that. I got a lot of heat for going up on her panel, and I was just like, she's nice, and she's giving me a chance to, speak for myself, which yeah, I don't often get a chance to do that. Emmy's busy, and I'm not set up to go live myself, so I was on Laura's too, and I got the same shit. Like I'm not co-signing on something that someone did in the past just because I'm pleasant with them and hanging out on their panel. Like I don't know.
And Tasha said, I have an autograph from Franco Harris. We were on the same plane together.
That's awesome.
I'm not sure who that is, but
He's a Steeler. He's the one that made the
he's a
Immaculate
Steeler.
Reception. Yeah. I don't know. They're redesigning the Pittsburgh airport, but for many years, when you went into the airport, there was a big old sculpture of Franco Harris making the. They call it the Immaculate Reception. It's I don't know. It's a big. It's a one of the most known plays in the NFL. But
Oh, but Remy with the block button, you know, people always say that, just block them, just block them. But then it's, they have me blocked. I can't defend myself. So, I mean, I unblocked everybody on on Headstone's channel. Did one person come to, you know, have a discussion? Nope.
well, it's the same channels that say, "Oh, if you're going to talk shit on someone, you should have them unblocked." They're the ones that talk shit on me and have me blocked. So, like
Or
again,
if you're going to talk shit on
hypocrisy.
somebody, make sure they can defend themselves. Okay, so let's do a live about Emmy when she's at work and can't defend herself.
Exactly. And then lie and say that she was in the chat. Fucking weirdos.
Yes. Like that still like just completely like boggles my mind. Like I'm like I have the same Chrome extension. I can find my comments, and to say that it was in a live when it wasn't, and then like come on now. Like I was at work. I'm not going to be in a chat talking shit. Unlike, you know, I believe it was Peggy who said I do live streams from work as well. So
Never
that,
once.
and actually that would be really fun, actually, if I could do that, but I'm not going to. But yes, I don't live stream from work.
Yeah, I mean, I even texting back and forth with Emmy in the day. It's just it's a rarity. She's busy. She's
Oh,
at work.
good. Actually, let me go.
I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about, and I can't recall now. Tiger Talks is trash. No Wire Hangers is. I don't know what their problem is. Davis Fam is a scam. What happened to Laugh at Life? She was talking crazy shit for a whole week and then just disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know. And I don't go to I mean, she could be at Morbids because that's where she, you know, I know she hangs out over there a lot now.
Yeah, I mean, she was in comments hot and heavy for a while. Maybe someone in her life intervened, was just like, you need to go outside and just lay face down in the grass for a while to get in touch with Mother Nature.
And I'm trying to think who had the SF post that I saw, because Ashtastic had said to show that, but I don't remember.
Shady.
Who...
Shady.
Oh, it was Chronicles? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me go there.
Oh, Jenny saw the shit the Lap was up to as well. I mean, to be honest, if it wasn't so much of it directed at me, it would have been entertaining. It was obviously somebody having some type of event.
Here it is. Okay. Yes. All right. So let me. Share my screen. So this is, and thank you to Chronicles of the Shady for posting this, because I wouldn't have known. So this was a post on Twitter by SF Investigates, and it says, career criminal Bullhorn Betty filed a complaint against my private investigator license in Tennessee. Her rambling and confusing word salad did not make any sense, but I had to respond anyway. She also admitted that Jennifer Santinello is a client, which is so disturbing and such a harm to Layla Santinello's case. She outright says she is working as an unlicensed investigator in the case. Since these are public documents, let's be public about them. I have attached her complaint in my response. I am flying to Florida tonight on the red eye. I'm going there to make, and then again, I hate how YouTube, I can't see the whole post. On my phone, I can click it and it'll show me the whole thing. On my computer, it doesn't. So then this is very small.
Hey, Granny's watching is here. Hey, Granny.
Hey, Granny's watching. Are your ears ringing too? I was just talking about you. So this is okay. So this was from letter below. After spending a few minutes in a complete state of shock viewing her full criminal history, I have never thought about her. She has a history of filing frivolous lawsuits, such as against the parents of Brian Laundrie in the Gabby Petito case 2 years ago. With over 30 arrests and charges, she is a dangerous lunatic that exhibits severe mental illness. Miss Griffin seeks to involve herself in the high-profile cases of 2 missing women in Tennessee that I am investigating, which we refer to as tragedy pimping. I am working closely with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation on these cases, and Miss Griffin seeks the spotlight, thinking she should be involved in these discussions, but Miss Griffin does not have the qualifications to be a licensed investigator, and she does not qualify with her extensive criminal background. So again, that was from SF. And then, so this is the complaint. It was filed on December 22nd, 2023 at 8:56 a.m. It says, give a complete statement of the facts with dates. So she states, Steve Fisher, to discredit me, has kept engaged in unlawful business practices and has utilized his license to find out confidential information about me because I have a competing client. And thank you, Corinne, for correcting me on that. Competing client. He has utilized his license and influence to cause me financial harm and to remove me from social media. He is filing federal paperwork on behalf of another individual claiming to be that said individual, and feels he is abusing his license to financially harm me. Oh, wait. Sorry, I read that. Oh, no, she said it twice. I'm sorry, I thought I repeated the same sentence again. He is utilizing the copyright system in an abusive manner, violating federal law, in the process showing he has no moral or ethical compass. I will be filing action upon him in the near future and need a full investigation into his conduct. Is there anyone else with firsthand knowledge of your complaint? Yes. Have you retained an attorney? No. Based on the information you are providing, do you believe the respondent has committed any action that would be considered a criminal act? Yes. If yes, please describe. He has been using his license to harass me. He has been using his license to find people to file lawsuits against me to cause financial harm to me. He has utilized his license to look into personal, private information about me without authorization. Have you contacted any law enforcement? Yes. If yes, tell us what agency and who. So the case number was redacted, Manatee County, da-da-da-da-da. And by submitting this complaint, I hereby attest to the accuracy or truthfulness of this content.
So funny.
And then they just highlighted the part where she said, I have a competing client. You're not a PI.
I mean, that is so fucking crazy. That coming from her, the one that went out of her way to try to discredit his licensing as a private investigator. Isn't that what that was her whole thing, was like, he's not even real. He's an internet detective. Well, what the fuck is she? I mean,
Yeah.
he's a licensed private investigator. I don't know the details of what state or whatever. I know that he's accredited with being a private investigator. That's just true. She's some lady in her office in Florida.
Oh, Remy said, SF said he called. There is no case number. Oh, interesting. Maybe I need to get Twitter again.
Twitter is a wasteland.
Amy, that's a good question. So is Jennifer paying BHB? Maybe
Oh, I
Jennifer
hope
doesn't
not.
even know that she's Betty's client.
I hope she's not receiving any money to investigate anything, because I don't think that's proper, because she's not qualified. It's that simple. It's not even
Oh,
talking
there's
shit.
more to that Twitter. Yeah, exactly.
I
Jenny
mean,
Twitter was a
even if she did have a skill, let's just say she's a YouTuber, you're not going to hire a YouTuber to investigate your missing child. You know, like, if you're not going to hire a plumber to fix your roof.
Yeah, Narcos, I don't have Twitter, so everybody's blocked. And that was another thing. There was a lot of people saying that I had blocked them on Twitter, and it's because I deleted my Twitter. So they weren't blocked. It was just I completely deleted my channel. Or not channel, my whatever, my Twitter page.
Yeah, I never really used Twitter very much.
Oh, New Zealand is back. Welcome back.
Ironically enough, like, one of the, because I got Twitter a long time ago, but I never used it. And ironically enough, one of the things that I retweeted was something from Racist Ass Hills in the Air, because I did at one time enjoy her videos. It's so, like the title of the live says, the tables definitely turn.
Yeah. That they have. And we've been over 2 hours, so I think, well, I'm ready to go. My throat's starting to
Yeah, me too.
bug me.
My chili's almost done. I'm gonna watch this second game. Kansas City and
And
Miami playing in Kansas City, negative 30-degree wind chill.
yep. Yeah, I agree. Angel Chips Delco, and welcome. SR's response, phenomenal. Yes, and don't forget, AMAC has word search at 8:30. I will be there to try to take back my title as champion, because it was stolen, because it wasn't working on my phone. Not that it's an excuse, but and then there was one more thing. Oh, the last thing, what I want to end on, is that those who have been counting the days since Sinner and I have been live, you don't have to count anymore.
But we'll probably, hopefully there'll be something, worth talking about in the next week or so, and we'll be back again, because we're not going to go anywhere, suckers.
Nope. And I will be live on Monday on my headstones, because I got a lot of catching up to do with BHB and maybe some other peeps. We'll have to see.
Yes. If AMAC, could you drop my Sinner channel in the chat, please?
And thank you for putting my
sub up to
email
me
in.
as well. I got all I have going on in my channel is my community post, some shit talking and some art. So sub up. I'm working up to going live. I wanted to catch Willow and see if he wanted to do a live with me, but I'll catch up with him.
Hey Mickey, thanks for stopping in.
I just did want to say one more thing before we go. I really want to thank all the OGs, the YouTube OGs in the Cromwell world who have reached out to me, privately. I'm not going to mention anybody because I don't want to get them in trouble, but they've been giving me good advice on how to handle it. Stay cool. Being doxxed this way and this type of shit is it's brutal. And I've said it before. I'm happy it happened to me and not someone else, because I could see how this could wreck somebody's whole, month. But I'm not cut from that kind of cloth. So I want to thank those people supporting me and even calling me out in emails and other messages. So keep them coming. I'm a work in progress.
And Joneson said that if you message her on Discord, she can get you in touch with Willow.
Oh, cool. I will.
Discord is bad.
I know this will be the first time I ever message Jones, and although everyone thinks that we're like
I know.
in cahoots, I mean, I even heard that Granny's watching, Molly Go Lightly, JLR, and Gina Diamond, and me are all from Pennsylvania, so it must be a conspiracy. Like, you know how many millions of people live in Pennsylvania? You people are fucking so dumb. Come on.
I know. It's crazy.
Anyways, thanks so much for being here, guys, and stay tuned.
Yes. And hopefully we'll see you all at AMAX. So until next time, peace.
Peace.